Well, welcome along on Summit Sport to the Asian Volleyball Men's and Women's Final Qualification Tournament 2014 from Kamaki in Japan, the Park Arena. And joining me in commentary, I'm Malcolm Sainz, Nigel Guyatt from Volleyball,
Bay of Plenty.
from the Bay of Plenty, coming up and joining us here as New Zealand take on Qatar, their third game in this qualification tournament this weekend.
This takes them over to the winners of each pool. So there are 4 pools and there are 4 host countries: Australia, Iran, China and Japan. We're in the D pool, which is playing in Japan, and the winners of these 4 qualification tournaments go to the World Champs next year in September in Poland, Malcolm.
Long way to travel for the Kiwis.
Yeah, well, Japan's not too far, but 13 hours in the plane, as I understand.
Yeah, and then there'll just be a short trip on the JR Express train.
So Park Arena in Kamaki looks like a neat stadium to be playing in. When you saw the height of the roof, that's one of the key aspects in the volleyball arena. How high is the roof? It'll be at least 16 metres up.
And there'll be times they'll utilise all of that. There's a great shot as we talk about that, Nigel. You can see how high it is as both teams go through their warm-up exercises, practising their serves.
And they'll go through hitting drills and passing drills. So the Kiwis over there at the back at the moment just mucking around. Here we see the New Zealanders 2 losses, Qatar 2 losses. They're a little above us in their points ratio at .808. And
pointing to a tight game.
It is. Fabulous looking game. I mean, 2 losses, everything to win.
I tell you what, the Japanese will be happy. Those are their banners for their bid for the Tokyo Olympics 2020.
Oh,
and they have pulled that off. Of course, today they will be the host city, Tokyo, for the 2020 Summer Olympics. But inside the Park Arena, the New Zealand team, here they are.
There they are. Patrick Schoen, the captain, down the bottom there. You see the little L, that's the libero player or the defensive specialist, Jake Redpath. And there are 4 members of the Nelson Pine Volleyball Club there. McCormick, Glue, Redpath and Schoen. They are the, Glue, Redpath, Schoen and Stewart. They are the people that won the National Club Championships here in New Zealand, beating North Harbour this year. And North Harbour, well, one of the top 4 for the last 18 out of 20 years. North Harbour has finished in the top 4, taken it out 6 times. Here we have the Qatar team.
Good strong lineup too. A couple of players to watch. There's Mubarak, number 12. Yeah. Mubarak Hamad, 22-year-old, 197. But
and John Shigbo, the number 6.
Sort of a specialist block player, isn't he? I think, John. But well, we'll see.
The official Japanese referee on the top of the net this afternoon, and Mr. Choi from Korea on the underneath of the net or standing on the ground. He picks up all the technical fouls and bits and pieces to do with the net and positional play.
We also, of course, bring in our line umpires. They have the red flags in their hands, ready to go.
So a flag up in the air as ball was out. Flag pointing into the court is in, and if they've got their hand on the top of the flag, it means that there was a touch by a player. So there's number 1, Patrick Schoen, our captain, going out first. He's our setter. Then we have Nick McCormick going out, number 2. First time we've seen him go onto the court in the first 6. Stephen Stone, Ben Glue, Charlie Stewart and Liam Mundy. And of course our libero, or the libero player as they say it probably more in Italian, he's the guy that comes on and defends. So he can only come on in the backcourt there in the red shirt. Jack Redpath from the Nelson Pine team.
Nico, the head coach. Libero meaning free?
Yeah, it's free to come in for anybody in the back of the court there. So captain Jay Mohammed, and there's John Shigbo, number 6. Asadi, he'll be the setter I think. 11 Diab, Abraham Asadi Dibhab, and there we have Hamad. I guess his name's Hamad. His first name's Mubarak. He's the number 12. Keep an eye on him. Big tall fellow, there he is.
Habatina, the head coach for Qatar.
I wonder what they're listening to on an earpiece at a volleyball game like this, Malcolm. Stats, maybe?
Yeah, I don't know. He's definitely getting some info from somewhere, or will be. Making sure he's set up. Not something the New Zealanders are used to using, Nigel. Haven't stepped up to that yet.
Don't see much of that here. So there's Patrick Schoen, our captain and setter. He's got the magic hands. He plays or makes the plays. And sets up our attacks.
So I'm Malcolm Sines, joining us our expert commentator from volleyball, Nigel Gurt. Normally doing the Harcourts auctioneers down in Tauranga. Thanks for coming up to Auckland and taking part in this. It's great to have this volleyball on here in New Zealand on Summit Sport, free sport for Kiwis.
There you go, Nick McCormick to serve. He gets the first shot at making a point. Floating serve. Picks it up in the back court. Nicely done by him.
Good save from Glue, being Glue down.
Big block there at the net. Hasn't gone down onto the court. Glue has another chance. Libero picks it up on Qatar side. That one goes out.
That's a great point to start from the Kiwis, and quite a long rally to start off for a volleyball match. Both teams aggressive, trying hard to keep that ball alive.
Both of them have had 2 losses so far, so keen to win one.
Yeah, this match is going to go down the wire, we think. Best of 5.
Call there. 2 hits. Double contact by the ref, so 2 hits in there, not a simultaneous contact. I'm imagining 2 hands underneath the ball and just double contacted it there. 1-1. Keep an eye on this guy. Good pass by the Kiwis. Mundy comes through the middle, doesn't quite get it over the net. But what you'll see is that middle player will always be running very quickly through the middle to try and bring one of the defensive players in, and therefore keep it 1-on-1 across the whole net. Good control. And there we saw the set coming back to Ben Glue, the left-hander, and he puts it away and makes the point. And Mundy goes a little long that time. Court 18 metres long by 9 metres wide. And the net strung at 2.43 metres from the floor to the top, so about 7 foot 11 and 13/16 in the old measurements, if you're thinking that way. So if you can touch your head on your roof in your house and you've got an 8-foot roof, you need to be calling the nearest volleyball club.
It's a long way up, isn't it?
If you can touch your head on it.
It's Qatari go 2 points up, 4-2 in the first.
Mubarak with the big right hand there. Gets the block on the forearm, in fact. Directs it straight back down to the court.
There you go, 197. High.
There we go, nicely left there. We saw Charlie Stewart on the far side of the New Zealand court see the ball coming towards him and leave it as it was going out.
Ben Glue now, up with the serve. Try and square it up here.
Good control there by the Qataris.
Yeah, Mubarak, so we have to keep an eye on him, because just look at effortlessly he did this. Got up nice and drives through, quick hands through for the spike.
Stephen Stone there, our middle blocker, had to get across there and was just a little late that time. Not waiting with his middle player on the other side, of course, but that's why I say the middleman's life is a busy life. There he is again, up in the air.
Unfortunately not getting the touch off the defensive block. So point, and the Qataris just jump out. 3 points, 6-3 in the first set.
Drop shot, serve, look at the ace. Clean as a whistle.
Very clever. It's well practiced that. Just look at this.
All the motions of a power serve.
Had them all fooled, didn't it?
Yep.
Let's see what he'll go for this time. Gets another one.
This time
fail.
Catches the net that time, 4-7.
He gets plenty of height, doesn't he? Gives himself the opportunity, but it almost looks like it got away on him, and he was trying to play catch up.
Charlie Stewart to serve here. Good solid serve from him. Back set to Mubarak. We get a piece of it, so we've got it in the right place. Glue on the back set. Nice work by him.
Good strong point for the
Here
Kiwis.
it is.
Have a look.
Down past the outside of the blocks there. So the guy, number 14, waiting on the line there, but unable to pick it up.
Yeah, Glue, he had a look too, didn't he? He saw where the blocks were, just changed the angle. And unfortunately, that's gone long. And Qatar to 8, so they'll take we'll get the automatic timeout.
First points are 8 and then 16. Again, they take a technical timeout.
So best of 5
Sets.
for 5 sets for the match.
And first 4 sets up to 25 points. Last set, if we need to go there, will be up to 15. And you have to win by 2 points each set.
The recent rule changes, as we see, every rally is a point winning opportunity.
And that's it.
It's made a big impact, big change to the sport, I think, Nigel, for the betterment.
They've had quite a few little tickles with the game over time. They had lots of timeouts. At one stage we had 4 timeouts per set, then it went down to 1 only. Now it's back at 2 30-second timeouts that you can call yourself. Plus, of course, you get these 2 television timeouts or technical timeouts at 8 points and 16. So if you're in trouble, you do get that 30-second window and you get 2 of those each set.
I think they've all been, although some of them just slight tweaks, they've really helped the sport, haven't they? I mean, fundamentally, it's a great game, fantastic sport to play, and it's just improved it. You're not holding on no point scoring for some time, and it's just roaring through. So Qatar back with serve.
Good solid serve going downwards all the way from the hand.
And that's John, isn't it? Big John. The libero up with the set. Mubarak.
Yep, McCormick gets the block.
That's a great block.
Alongside Stephen Stone there. Nick McCormick is number 2. He's up there, and Stone got the block that time, so 3 men up.
Yeah, they read it well, didn't they, with the 3 of them up there. Put a wall up.
Patrick Schoen, the setter, is the shortest on the front court there, 188 centimetres.
See the guys wiping the bottom of their shoes?
Yeah, get a bit of dust on the court. Kiwis get that block, but goes out. So the Qataris come away with the point. And you can make that work as a hitter. You twist your wrist at the end and flick the ball off the block, so it does go out.
See Mubarak with his fingers taped up too. Is that giving an advantage in any way? Is it just for support?
Mostly support in the finger joints, because setting the ball in that and blocking especially, you can get, I've seen one broken, popped out. It's like, ooh, that didn't look good.
Pop it back in.
So yeah, well, we took him to hospital actually, that guy. So definitely for protection of the fingers. There's Mubarak.
That's great.
Throws himself in and makes the point.
Got up there, just couldn't quite get it back on the other side of the net.
So good to see Nick McCormick on the court here from the Shirley Club down in Christchurch.
Sadi with the serve. Oh, a little bit tricky, pops on him.
Tries the drop shot, read well though. And good play by the Qatari setter there. Now the guy that picked that ball up would have had trouble getting back to hit it. So the setter put the back set up and Mubarak just puts it away outside Ben Glue.
Yeah, Glue couldn't get up again. He'd just been looking for the block in the middle.
Nicely set. I was going to say that's a great pass. Just above the head of Patrick Schoen, our setter. Plenty of options. Mundy comes through early and puts it away. Yeah, Mundy, only 190 centimetres tall.
Only.
In saying that, yes. In general, these guys will be able to reach at least 8 inches, 20 centimetres below their feet in a stretch. So if you're standing on a bench, you would be able to reach at least 20 centimetres below your feet in a stretch. These guys are very flexible. Oh, overpass. Good pick up there by the libero, though. Redpath made work of that. Good work. Shown back out there to Charlie Stewart.
That's a great point win there for the New Zealanders. Set that up well.
Yeah, it was untidy and they made something of it. See the playmaker there for the Qataris, just telling his mate by the eyes where I'm going. Good serve. Pressure's on. Read well. In glue. Oh, Mubarak chased it beautifully, pulled it back from out behind the ref.
The floor wipers had to move real fast.
Money.
And they get up, get the block in. That's a good, amazing recovery from defence for the Qatari team to get up there.
There you go, John up against Stephen Stone and that evil right hand.
Yeah, Big John. Doing a
That's
great
it.
job at the wall.
John Sigbo, 198 centimetres tall.
Got the low flat serve. Oh, very clever.
Picked up beautifully on the top of the block. Outside. Nicely left there. Nick McCormick.
You said you see the flag up. Flag up from the linesman, showing it's gone long.
And McCormick down there as the sweeper on the back court, like a fullback in the rugby game, and he's there making the call on the baseline. Good
Blue
call.
with the serve. Very close to the net. The Kiwis get up and get over.
There you go, Stephen Stone roofed him there.
Did well.
Put your roof on there, son. Straight back down to the floor by your feet. That feels so good. Won't be too much on that one, but Mubarak made something of that. It was behind his head. A little bit of work to do. Qatar 14-11 here.
He's their danger player, isn't he? Mubarak. So the Kiwis having a bit of a chat, just thinking about tactics.
Patrick Schoen swipes the outside of his shoulder, telling his outside hitter where he's going for the set.
Don't think that's come back to where he's expecting it. Oh, great.
Charlie Stewart, nice kill. Yeah, see the first wave. Didn't take the blocker with them though. Two men up on Stewart. Did a good job to get past those two on the angle. Ooh, must have got a touch in the block there.
Oh, just caught them out. The Kiwis all look at each other.
Yeah.
How did they let that one slip?
Well, I think they thought that it just touched the net and went back to the Qatari side, but the ref had obviously seen a touch by the block.
Crucial, you've got to play on, don't you? Just got to keep going.
Play to the whistle.
Another point for the Qatari. Doesn't matter what sport you play, Nigel does it. That rule applies in every sport.
Play to the whistle. Yeah, New Zealand. I thought that went off the block and out, so New Zealand get that point.
And
So Blue Stewart in the back there, looking to pick this ball up if it comes back from the Qataris. Oh, a little bit long and flat.
just getting, that's another point to Qatar.
So
16-13, timeout, and New Zealand need to regather here, Nigel. They're just in danger of letting this one slip. They stayed in contact for the first half of the set.
Up to 25, remember, so still a little way to go, but once you start getting in sniffing distance of the 20.
There's that danger player, Mubarak, just doing some stretching. They do all sorts of exercises, don't they, in training to, you know, for their height, for all the jumps that they can do, these guys. Look at the scoring, where the points have gone so far in the set. And it's been tit for tat, pretty much.
Couple of points to us there in a row, couple to them earlier on.
Nico, the New Zealand coach, having a chat to his players.
He's slapping his hand, he's saying, come on, by the look of that. Brad Tarkai, number 8 there, haven't seen him in this set yet.
Nico's the shortest man on the team by some margin, isn't he? Well, I'm not going to be a player, I'll coach.
And you go see Nick Darling there, well, Jack Darling, he is 205 centimetres for the number 4 player. He's a big, tall lad. 205 is about 6'9". 188, that must be about 6'4", somewhere around there, 6'3". Qatar currently 3 points up. Mubarak picks it up.
Took a lot of power out of it, didn't he? Did well.
Absorbed a lot of the shock of that ball from Glue.
You just see that as they get their arms out and they just move them and just take that power out, try to get the ball back so it's controllable for the rest of his team to try and turn that defensive situation into attack.
Just a little bit out of the top of the fingertips for Nick McCormick that time, and it went out and long. There you go, Charlie Stewart wobbling away and picking that ball up. Nicely picked up off the back of the hand.
Great recovery. The Kiwis still get the point. Oh, that could have gone, but boy, he did well, didn't he, the Qatari, to get down there and just his hand between
the floor and the ball.
Did a brilliant job.
Kiwi smiling there. 14-17. Outside, that looks like it didn't get a touch at all, so New Zealand take the point, 15-17 here in the first set.
Staying in touch.
Fabulous to have you with us here on Summit Sports. Hope you're enjoying the game so far. Pretty tight here in the first set. Patrick Schoen, the captain, to serve for New Zealand. Down the line, overpass and beautifully put away there. Nick McCormick.
Volleyball, great game. One of these, as we look at the replay.
Good serve down the line. Overpass and McCormick just hops up and smacks it.
Volleyball, one of these great sports that we don't see a lot of in New Zealand. We only see it when it comes around sort of Olympics times, but getting a bit of it here on Summit Sport with both the beach volleyball and the indoor volleyball series.
Beach season not far away either, Malcolm, I must say. They're starting to warm it up now. It'll be getting into October tournaments, and then summertime on all the beaches around the country, of course. Mount Maunganui, one of the big ones. We'll usually hold the New Zealand Open down there, and Mairangi Bay up here at the courts up there. We have the North Harbour Volleyball Club, and they run through there all summer long, and twilight tournaments and that sort of thing. Same in Christchurch.
Looking forward to that. Don't need much, do you? A net, some sand, and a ball, and away we go.
That's it.
I tell you what, it's hard. Exactly. It's a lot tougher in the sand than it is on the hard court.
I mean, there's only two of you out there. A little bit long that time. Well, that was a time out there, and the most cardinal sin to commit is to blow the serve when you come back in from a timeout. So Patrick Schoen will be up for a round later on. Qatar 18, New Zealand 16. Nicely set to the outside. Ben Glue capitalises. Reliable.
Doesn't miss many, does he?
No.
And he gets himself set, lines it up. Look at this, just drives through it.
Between the blocks.
Right into the gap on the court. So running at 50% with a success. 5 from 10, Ben Glue.
Nick McCormick serving. Little drop shot down the line. That one doesn't come across the net. Kiwis get it, 18 all.
Yeah, they squared it up. A couple of crucial points in a row for the New Zealanders.
You can see it in Nick McCormick's face.
Showing, winding them up.
Ian Mundy there, middle blocking. His job is very busy. If your man's not going to take it, you've got to get out with the other guy.
Come back with a strong point.
Difficult to make a point on your serve because, of course, you do give the ball away.
Indeed, that's where your ability on the serve is so crucial. Very similar to tennis. Immediate advantage if you've got a good serve, because you've got to get it right first. There's no two goes at it.
No, that's right. Well, in tennis you do get a second one, but it's not generally as fast as the first one.
No.
19 all.
Actually, one thing that'd be nice to see would be a radar on the speed of some of these serves, but it's not as much about the power, it's the movement of the ball. But like soccer, some of these shots these guys do is just how much they can curve it. So New Zealand is up on the serve, squared it at 19. Shows come back, great block over the top, put the wall up, and they've just slammed it back down.
Stephen Stone just shuts John Shigbu down there, big off the forearms. Look how high he is above the net, elbows up at net height. That's 2.43 metres off the ground, so he's reaching it just about 3 metres.
Shows the agility of Big John. He's a big boy to get up that height, isn't he?
Yep.
Now from the outside, Qatar come back.
Big power in there, and he pushed it right off the hands and back out of court. 20 all. Juna.
Thought this game was going to be tight. Well, look at this. Neck and neck, 20 apiece.
Up to
New
25.
Zealand. Qatar. As Qatar make a substitution.
Renan comes on for the number 14, Ali H, going off. Out. Ooh, he sucked him in there. I thought that was going out, and it probably Jack Redpath did as well.
It just swooped down, didn't it? Talk about that movement of the ball. Look at it just drop.
He's in
just like a bomb.
He's in two minds. He's thinking, I'm jumping up and I'm taking this. It should be going out.
He didn't want to be there.
Tightened up and twisted. Oh, that one an overpass. Redpath makes it all right though.
Right, third
Kiwis
play has to get it back over.
defending. Oh, just past the block. Good shot there by the offense. Two men in the air. Here we go. We'll see it from the side. Through the middle of them. Not quite over in time there. Stephen Stone as the middle blocker. Bit of space between the two blockers there. Looks like a timeout being called by the New Zealanders. So Liam Mundy here having a talk, and he's talking about that block. So he's saying direct our hands into the centre of the court, and there's Stephen Stone, as I was saying, he was a little bit late, which gives that opportunity to fire between those two defensive players.
See some of the New Zealand team off the bench having a warm-up in the back too, so we might see some changes coming up. Big John there having a last-minute chat. He's a big player, isn't he? There's Stewart and McCormick back onto the court, ready to go. They do that. I think it's almost just a reactionary wipe, isn't it? Swipe on the... Unlikely to be any dust on the court in Japan, Nigel.
Probably not.
You'd be offending the Japanese.
Yeah.
Suggesting there's dust in there, but it can help with a bit of
That's
grip.
tight. Well jumped there to defend. We've got this if we can control it. Stewart, yes.
Wow.
If you control it in those particular transitional plays where it's a little bit scrappy, a little bit out of control, that's where New Zealand can take this game. 21-22 at the moment. Ben Glue back to serve. Control, here we go. Up for Glue. Down the line, Libero picks it up well. Back set, no, it comes to the front. And the shorter blocking man on our side there. And a mismatch between him and Juna. Mulbarak serves it nice and neatly. Glue picks him up in the back court.
Look at the power he took off that. Mulbarak up.
One arm by the libero, nicely picked up. Glue again, a lot of work to do, had to stretch, couldn't really put any heat on it. Where'd that go? Out says the red flag.
No touch from the Kiwis in the block, so that's good. Point back to them. Super tight game here at the FIVB qualification tournament. Qatar leading New Zealand by 1 point in the first set.
Mubarak this time makes it down the line, so bringing up the first set point, and of course the winners of this tournament, along with the other three tournaments being hosted this weekend, one in Australia, one in Iran and one in China. The four top teams go through to the tournament at Poland, 2014 World Champs next year in September.
And interestingly, the Qatari team making a substitution right at the set point. Sadiq for Sidi. There's John with the serve.
Good side serve. Oh, it's gone tight on the net. Are we in trouble? And what does the ref say? We are. It was a lifted or carried ball, stayed a little too long on the hand, and that's the end of the first set. 25-22 to Qatar, Malcolm.
Yeah, it'll be a little bit of disappointment for the Kiwis. They've got to come out strong, though. They'll take some heart from this. They've gone basically neck and neck with the Qatar team. And let's see if they can come back in the second set.
They all swap sides as the court sweepers come on to take all of that dust you just mentioned before off the court, Malcolm. It's a little bit of sweat as well, of course. Can be dangerous, and if you step in a puddle or a little bit of a slide, then you can fall over quite harshly.
So they'll regather very shortly with the second set, New Zealand against Qatar.
Yeah, fabulous to have you on Summit Sports. Hope you tune in to Summit Sport. 24/7 live sport in most cases from all around the world. Welcome back to the Park Arena here in Kamaki, Japan, the Asian Men's Qualifying Tournament for 2014 World Volleyball Champs. New Zealand versus Qatar in this match, and we have the Qataris taking the first set 25-22. We'll be back out again and again, as I say, 25 points in each of the first 4 sets. If we go to the 5th and deciding set, 15 only. So Malcolm, what do you think so far? The Kiwis looking stronger.
Yeah, they're doing a much better job in this game, Nigel. Not sure if a better, more even team with the Qataris. They struggled against the Japanese, but they're doing a lot better here. Their serve's been a bit of an issue for them over the weekend. The other international, the Asian team's been quite strong on the serve, so we'll see how they go on this one. But with the stats from the end of the first set, things are a lot more even for the New Zealanders. 10
spikes each they put away, and blocks. New Zealand got 3, and the Qataris got 2. Aces, the Qataris aced the Kiwis twice, and the forced errors on the other side, the Qataris forced us into 11, we forced them into 9. So a bit more even. And there's our captain, Patrick Schoen.
These games going a lot quicker too with the new rules, Nigel, with points being won on every rally.
Yep.
No more serve over.
Float serve. Back set. Shut down by those 2 big blockers out there.
Got up nice and high, didn't they, with their arms arced over, forcing the ball straight down into the Kiwi side.
So they read that okay. 2 blockers got over on that attacker. Renault to serve. On our libero. He's designed to pass the ball, put it in the right place. Qatari libero picked that up and put away again on that far side.
Shame the first block by the New Zealanders was quite effective, but it just bounced up an opportunity for the Qataris, taking the point to 2-0 in the second set.
Renault serving. Again working on red path. This time we go through the centre. Nice little pop hop there by Liam Mundy from the North Harbour Club. Killed that one.
Been effective for them this weekend, Nigel, with that the little short, sharp set. Getting up nice and quick, diving on the spike.
Only 22, Liam Mundy. Back to serve now.
Nice
Makes
use.
the libero dive.
It was a great serve, wasn't it? That big height that he got off using the big throw and a big dropping, swooping serve.
We have 3 men up in the block there too, so 2 all at the moment. He looks worried. Number 12, Mubarak, with the Qataris looking through worried. 2 all at the moment though.
Not so good that time.
Got to serve tough though, don't you? I mean,
Yep.
if you're out there and you're going to give them an easy serve, then they're going to come back to you twice as hard. So Liam Mundy knows sometimes he'll miss.
Yeah, it cost them a bit, didn't it, there on Friday up against the other team, where they were just possibly guilty of giving away slightly soft serves and making it easy. Too many, making it easy for the opposition.
Yeah. Nice pass. Neat through the middle again.
Yeah, Qataris can't defend that. That's the way to go.
Here we go. Who's up there? Puts that away. That is Nick McCormick, number 2. Good pass. Back set. Puts it away. So shot for shot here, really. Good control in the pass. Nice back set. Goes between the 2 blockers.
Yeah, a bit of a gap between them, just not getting across in time to get that defensive wall up.
Mubarak back to serve. Shown with a bit of work to do. Ben Glue comes down with an angry young man's face after having pounded that one. Backcourt attacker, so he has to leave the ground behind that white line. See how close he lands to the net, though, and that white line 3 metres from the net.
Yeah, he wound himself up well too, didn't he? Get great drive right through the spike.
Line set. Nicely picked up. Libero says it's mine. 3-metre shot. Oh, well, he looked at the defence there, Charlie Stewart.
He changed his mind, didn't he? I think right through the shot you could see it. That is guilty, unfortunately, of changing his mind mid-shot as to what he was going to do.
Saw the defence come up at the net, all three of them in the middle of the court, and thought, I have to change this, and not so good. Juna back to serve. Solid serve by him. Too tight on the net. That's been an error we've done quite a bit, actually. The New Zealand just overpassing and making shown. Tight on the net, nothing to do but try and poke it.
I think for the first time in the second set here, they get to a 2-point advantage, Qatar. Kiwis ready to receive.
Again, that tight set.
Oh, that drops in for the New Zealanders.
Big and high for the outside. These long loping strides. Number 12, Mubarak.
Very effective spike from way out off the net. Have a look at this.
Comes in from way outside, past the 3-man block. Off-speed serve. Picked up.
Well, unfortunate for the Qataris. He did well to get down to receive that, but the power of it, forcing it out, and a point for the Kiwis. They'll be on serve.
Currently the go-to guy, Ben Glue, from the Nelson Pine team. Current club champions in New Zealand here. Picked up, touched nice and neatly in the block. Here it is from the 3-metre. Qataris handle it. Oh, and the collision. Well, the setter well out of position there, trying to set it, and there Mubarak comes around behind him, trying to get in for the spike, and just wastes himself on the setter.
Yeah, and in this tournament will take every point no matter how we get it.
Here we go. He's going around. Setter turns around looking for him going around the outside, but oh no, he's behind me.
Well, there'll be some words in the changing rooms after.
Yep.
Up again. Oh, but it's been it's gone the Qatari way.
Directed out of the court there by the hands, not facing downwards and into the court. 8 points. That's the first technical timeout they'll take. The leading team gets to 8 points. They take a timeout, a minute off to the side of the court.
Good opportunity to just talk about these rules that have been changed in the last few years too. Nigel, with volleyball, we've seen, of course, we've had the pleasure of seeing volleyball through the Olympic Games and what have you, but with this tournament, it's been sped up quite considerably now with
rally point.
Yeah, rally point, so scoring on every serve.
On every rally, yeah, rather than the old days where you had to have the serve to actually make a point, they decided to have the scoreboard ticking over. That's been around for a while. In the old days, you weren't allowed to touch the net with the ball as you hit the serve, a bit like a fault in tennis. And nowadays it can touch the net and go over, so that's another new one.
And also effectively instances where you can actually get 2 goes at the ball. You get the
yes. When you block the ball and your hands are above the net in the blocking is not counted as one of your 3 shots. So if you've played the first one as a block, you can come down and pick that second one up. And your back court will expect you to do that.
Yeah, a lot of
They'll
guys.
be expecting you to look.
Yeah, the guys very fast with their reactions. Quite often we'll see that in the game, I'm sure, where they get up the block. Sometimes you can get down, pop it back up. Perfect. And I think, was it the Japanese, very good the other day at turning defence instantly into offence, and very strong in that.
So Ahmed to serve, drops off the speed. Chipped over the net though, look at that. Shone going for the block. Drops off and shut down by
number 12 up
Tane
there.
Malcolm and Liam Mundy, but possibly, here we go, we'll see what happens.
0.
Out. Off the block and out.
Well spotted by the umpire.
Line umpire on each of the lines. 9-6 Qatar. That one looked like it was going long. Floated. We were talking about before the 2 styles of serve. You've got the floating serve or the topspin. Topspin, as any topspin ball dives down into the court. Float serves move around unpredictably. Up,
oh, well
up
saved. And unlucky there for the Kiwis. Did a great job to semi-recover that. Just talking about the serves too, you're telling us the other day, Nigel, about the being able to utilise the valve, where the valve is on the ball,
like a lawn bowl.
Serve. Yep, basically a bit of weighting in it.
Yep, and if you have the valve specifically on one side, it will move towards where the valve is, or the bottom, or the top, wherever you put the valve, it will lean towards. Well, he's unopposed, really. He's up there and he's just whopping that ball past the block and in back court. We're not picking him up. Here comes the two blockers.
Height, isn't it? Look at that. Yep. That's a great vision there to show you just the height that he's getting. Kiwis below the ball.
I'd have to put him at 205, 206, that man there. I haven't seen the stats on this team, but I'd say he'd be at least 6'8".
Kiwis get one back to close it into 3 points.
There we go. Mundy popping through the centre again. In the air before the ball gets to the setter.
You see what he's doing too to keep his body off the net as he comes in for the spike.
Hungry eyes. 8-11 New Zealand. Good pass. Goes off the block by the look of that. Kiwis saying out. The Qataris come away with that one. We're in the second set here. The first set went to Qatar 25-22. And they are best of 5 sets in these matches.
Oh, unfortunately, he's just moving, wasn't he? Couldn't stop himself, was moving across the court in front of that. And the Kiwis, they've got to dig deep here. They've got to get themselves together because this is the really crucial part of the game. They're going to just lose touch here if they don't get some points back fast.
Good pass for the pass. Just shanked it slightly there. It didn't come out perfectly out of his arms, and coming across, Liam Mundy to get into position to take the hit. So they've taken a timeout here, which is 30 seconds. You get 2 of those per set, along with those television timeouts. And so the coach will be saying, hey, let's just settle it down here. And Qatar now 3 serve points in a row, so they've got a bit of a roll on.
Not a stat that's in favour of the New Zealanders.
No, they'll be hoping to. That's what you take a timeout sometimes to do, and a crucial sin if you go back into a timeout and you have to serve is to blow the serve after a timeout. That's a sin. Charlie Stewart there, waiting for the ball. Malcolm took it on the fingers. A little bit far from the net that time. When you get it about a half a metre back from the net, you've got all the opportunity. But this one just a little bit far back. He was stretching. Big reach in there again. Mubarak just dominating the outside there. He's got a couple of block points, as we can see.
Yeah. Just struggling. Execution for the Kiwis.
Good pass that time. And the Kiwis take that one away. Net touch there, the referee, you saw the little hand in the background. If you didn't see it, he did touch the net and say that was a net touch in the process of playing the ball. So if you're in that area of playing the ball and you could touch the top tape now, if you touch that white tape at the top, that's a new change as well. Used to, if you touch the whole net, be a penalty, but now it's just touching the top of the tape in the process of playing the ball.
Substitution for the Kiwis as Schwalger's on for Stewart.
Benetti. Off-speed shot this time. Foxes that defence hanging back. See, they're all setting. They set themselves back, waiting for the ball. So he might get MVP. You just never know. This guy is working for it. John serves the ball, makes it tough for us. Tame Malcolm trying to put it over from the 3 metre deep in the back court. Not quite 16. We go to another TV timeout here. And they'll walk away for a minute. But, Qatar in control here, Malcolm.
Yeah, they are. The New Zealanders watching this go out to a 7-point advantage to the Qatari team.
Accuracy in the pass. If you're watching the first shot, here we go. We'll see some stats on how the points have gone. 1 to the Qataris, then 2 to us, 2 to them, 1 to us. Yeah, and they've taken a 3-point break there and another 2 as we go into this timeout. So
something for the Kiwis to focus on. Just getting 2 points in a row is going to be a game for them at the moment. They've really got to stay in this because it's going to be very tough to come back from 2 sets down.
The points we've won are the ones that we've taken the serve back. So we get the ball, they serve us the ball, we control it, we then win that point. But then, with our serve, and we put it over, we're not putting pressure at the moment on the Qataris.
It's been consistently the whole tournament, hasn't it,
Pretty
Nigel?
much.
It's been our real big issue.
I hate to say it, you know, because our guys are good volleyballers. When you see them play at club champs here, they're awesome.
Yeah.
over here, overseas, these guys play a lot of volleyball. I mean, as I say, it's the second biggest game by participation in the world, second only to football. About 800 million people playing volleyball in the year.
Great that they are at this tournament. They'll get to watch other teams as well, of course, Nigel. So chance for them to just maybe gain some really crucial experience.
Bit of broken, scrappy play here, but again, the Qataris just come away with that transitional play and make the point. Couldn't really do much there. A bit sloppy here.
Again, he's so crucial out there, isn't he? Just winning these points time after time for Qatar.
His mum and dad will be proud at the moment. 17-9 to Qatar. There we have it. That's better. Perfect pass. Good set there by Patrick Schoen, and Ben Glue just puts it away. He's a lefty, so it can fox the blockers at times.
So now, can they get 2 in a row?
Yes,
on the serve.
Here's the serve. Good control by the Qataris. And
long.
Swings out.
So that's what they needed. 2 points in a row for New Zealand.
Nicely done. Let's see if we can make it 4, guys. Captain Patrick Schoen.
Yeah, just see his arm behind his back there, Nigel, too, indicating.
He'll be telling his defence where he's going to put his block. Back set. Mubarak can't put it away this time. Schwalger on the outside looking to... Well, they went to Tame Malcolm in the back mid-court there, and the Qataris read that. Number 11 there, Ahmed. So they saw the setter looking to Tame Malcolm in the rear middle of the court there and thought, oh, they're going high and in the middle, so 2 blockers, plenty of time to get in. Well, that's a bullet of a serve. Nice pick up. Schwalger on the outside. Drop shot. Nice
luck, wasn't it? They were take that. Take that happily.
Well, if you've been on the court as long as Benetti Schwalger, folks, he's 35. He's the granddad of the New Zealand team, but he's got a repertoire or a vocabulary of shots that will fox any opposition. 12-18. Here he is with the serve. Let's see how he does. Standing floater.
Dropped quickly, didn't it?
Made it nice too. Kiwis couldn't quite get it to the floor. So here we go. Outside shot. Touched. Block neutral. Second shot here. Third. Ben Glue. Doesn't put it away. Out to Mubarak. Can't do it this time. Tight on the net. Now, can New Zealand control? Yes. Waiting for the referee's signal there. He just said it would hit the ground, obviously. So New Zealand point. There you go.
Go Kiwis! Go Kiwis! Go! Go! Go!
Must have been a lift by the look of that. Lifted ball. Shut down out there. Massive big block there. Stephen Stone from the Waitakere Rebels.
Good roll on for the Kiwis here as we look at the replay. Good block up. Solid. And they get a few points in a row.
Yeah, Patrick Schoen got his hands into that one.
We'll give them a lift.
188 centimetres, not the tallest bloke on the court. Mubarak. Now the gym height of this roof is marvellous. So here we go, out there to Tame Malcolm. On the outside, little bit of confusion there. Looked at his player, said, you're getting it? No, you're getting it. And Ahmed doesn't get it. 15-18. And the Qataris take a timeout. So the Kiwis have pressed 3 in a row, Malcolm.
Yeah, I was surprised. I had a feeling the Qataris might have taken a timeout a little bit earlier because you could just see a little bit of a momentum shift there to the New Zealand team. So the Qataris go back and giving up a 5-point advantage.
The thing about volleyball too is that you can pick on a weak player or the weakest player, so you aim everything at them, and if you can get that player to go off or be substituted, then you bring on another weaker player, then you make some advantage there. So hopefully the Kiwis can find that weak link out there on the court.
Yeah, and with that, of course, the other thing is to keep the play away from their strong guys. So the Kiwis, they know exactly. Mubarak, they've got to stay away. In fact, I'm sure they'd quite like to get him actually sat down at the moment to help the situation, but he's a great player, isn't he? Very, very strong.
Slim, he's just idling there. He's looking, waiting for his shot. Here we go. Benetti Schwalger served down the line. Back to Mubarak, the go-to guy, makes it this time. So,
He looks
Qatar.
pretty relaxed, doesn't he?
Yep, you can see everything in that motion. He puts it up, he arches his back, he tightens the abs to throw the whole body forward.
Gives all that power, doesn't it? Just torque right through the...
It's only got 44% though. We're obviously making him look good. Good pass. Glue from the back. Oh, well done, Ben Glue, the Kiwi go-to man at the moment. Happy about that one. Here it is.
That reverse set, I think, slightly fooling the Qataris. Weren't ready out on the umpire side of the court. Blue gets up. 42, so it's not far off our Qatari man.
Nice floating flat serve there. Mubarak takes it again, can't put it away. Oh, hang on, the Kiwis have chased it. And that's legal too. You can go round to the other side of the court, pick the ball up, pull it back to your team as long as it goes outside the 2 red and white aerials. And then you can play it back through the court area. So that's quite legal. Qatar 20, New Zealand 16. Tighten it up slightly.
So the FIVB...
that looks like a Ben Glue that time. His foot must have been over or on that white line of 3 metres, and they've called it a backcourt player in the front court space.
The FIVB have done some great changes with the rules in recent times. Haven't they, Nigel? Really sped the game up.
Well, there's nothing worse than watching half an hour of volleyball at 0-all.
Exactly.
Glue again. Nicely done. This time he stays behind the line.
Well played, got up nice and high, didn't he? He's got some good height. Have a look at this. Up he goes.
If you want to watch the way to throw your arms when you're in your spiking run-up, keep an eye on Ben Glue. You see the arms go forward, then back, then throw up, position themselves for that hit.
Qataris come back. They've gone out 5 points, just a few away from taking the next set.
It's quite a long flat set, that one, for the middle player, John. He was a long way away, a couple of metres away from the setter there. Rather than that quick one right up and down above the setter. Schwalger tries the drop shot, doesn't work. Out. Outside there, Mubarak can't get away from 3 men blocking that time.
Yep, Glue up there.
Oh, look, he's working hard. Liam Mundy.
It was a great shot. Show them getting up over the net, forcing it back down.
He's a young fella too. Ben Glue, 26 years old.
Oh, it's gone out.
They took a good look at it, those linesmen. Tame Malcolm from the Shirley Volleyball Club down in Canterbury there. 26-year-old. And number 4, Renault, back to serve. Picked up neatly by the libero. Schwalger makes it. Red path, our libero puts it in there. Malcolm through the middle, can't put it away. Back to Mubarak, picked up by himself. Malcolm on the back baseline. Single knuckle touch up by Schoen.
Slight miscommunication.
Tough one there, had to get up there beside the net and pick it up, but the Kiwis come away with that one.
Glue again, he's having a blinder now. The closing stages of the set. He's making some key saves.
Good shutdown block there by Ben Glue. Perfect position, turn the hands towards the court. Taking Liam Mundy back to serve. And, New Zealand 19, Qatar 23 in the second set, up to 25. There we go. Benetti Schwalger takes the opportunity on the second. Good thinking by him. Ball in perfect place.
Did well to turn that round. Actually, that point was going to the Qataris with a smart little drop from them, but they did well to get underneath it, get it up.
And put it in position enough for someone with an old head, smarts, to put it away.
First time, slightly worried face.
Back set. Mubarak can't put it away. He's tiring. Schwalger.
Smart play from the New Zealanders. Very smart.
Well, Benetti Schwalger plays for the Sparta Club, a very, very old club in New Zealand, and he's the only one representing Sparta on the court. It's an Auckland club. There's the North Harbour club there as well. But Benetti Schwalger just showing you don't have to hit it hard to win the points all the time. You've just got to get it on the boards.
Another timeout taken.
Well, they need it. Thinking about it, you get 2 per set. So Mubarak sitting there.
Getting spoken to. Coaching staff having a bit of a
Looks
chat
like
to
he's
him.
listening. Talking a bit about it. They'll just be settling themselves down. They're only 2 points away from taking the set out. And if New Zealand blow the serve, then of course we do give them that point. So Liam Munday will go back there and be thinking about getting the serve in, but still putting pressure on it.
Yeah, concentrate on the point though. Just point by point, isn't it? The trick.
Yep, that's it. Don't think about what's happening in the game. Win the next point. Righty-ho, Liam. 21-23 New Zealand.
Great.
Nice up. Bit tight on the net. But he did well. That Qatari setter just hopped up there, leaned over the net and played the ball. Here we go. Big stretch there by the number 6, John, and he put it away for the point. So set point in the second set, 24-21. Not such good control that time. Ben Glue can't do much with it. Out to the outside. Good block there by Glue. Will it go back to him again? Yes, it does. They're reading it now, though. Redpath with the back set.
Point for the New Zealanders. They save a crucial set point.
Benetti Schwalger again.
Close it to 2.
Well, he's been worth his money on the court after subbing in. Benetti Schwalger, 22-24. Through the left-hander. We go to Mubarak. He does work it off the Schwalger block. They take that second set, 25-22. And a good battle. Again, that same score. First set, 25-22 for Qatar. Second set, 25-22 after a good chase, Malcolm.
Yeah, it certainly was. The Kiwis will take some heart from that. They have come back. They fought back from quite a few points down in that.
Yeah.
Closed it. But they're still in it. But they're going to win, crucially, the third set, which will be coming up right away here on Summit Sport. Welcome back here on Summit Sport, bringing you live sport, free sport for Kiwis 24/7 here at the FIVB Volleyball Qualification Tournament in Japan. The New Zealanders down 2 sets to love at the moment against Qatar, but Nigel joining us, our expert commentator, and Nigel, they're doing a good job in this one. If they just swing a couple of those crucial points, they can come out and win the third set and stay in this game.
You're not wrong. The Kiwis there just not quite controlling their passing to the setter tidily enough to give Patrick Schoen, our captain and setter, the ability to have 3 options in the attack. And so that limits us, and then the Qataris read us well and they defend against us with 2 or 3 man blocks all the time.
Yeah, and you also alluded to how we look like the key man for Qatar, Mubarak, looking like he's getting a little bit tired. Yeah. So I think the game, if you took him out of it, the Kiwis would be well into this one. So they've just got to try and void his ability in this game if the Kiwis can with a serve. So they're going to serve to start here, Tony Malcolm.
Tamo Malcolm, yeah, and I wonder if Benetti Schwalger's stayed on or whether they've pulled him back off again. We'll just see. I didn't see the rotation go on, but Benetti came on as a sub in the last set.
They did well, Qatar, didn't they? They were on the back foot a bit with a very good serve from the New Zealanders and then got up.
Pass went to the right place, though. And that's John. He's the big number 6 there through the middle, pounding away all day.
And these New Zealand team there from all around the North and South Islands, they wouldn't get a lot of time to play together, would they?
Dead right.
Nigel, which wouldn't make it easy for them.
Schwalger is on. We get
Point,
a net touch there. You see the defender trying to get in. Oh, Mubarak himself got in there too much and touched the net tape at the top. So Liam Munday from the North Harbour Volleyball Club. They were in the club finals last month against Nelson. And 3 Harbour players on this side, 4 Nelson players. It's a bit of a touch off the top of the block there, and it goes to Qatar. You see the referee going to swipe his hand off the top of his other hand, meaning a touch off of the block.
Pretty quiet characters, the umpires, don't they? Don't say much.
No. In beach volleyball, they get a bit more vocal when the players start yelling at them, like John McEnroe. Glue from the back, perfect shot by him. Don't leave him alone out on the outside.
Brilliant execution, wasn't it? Set himself up, got the big arch, here we go.
Not such a high set out there, so didn't give the defence time. He just gave a little bit of a pop set that time. Down the line.
He's got long arms, hasn't he?
There you go. Good set by them. Perfect execution of that. Mubarak. Here we go. Watching. Benetti Schwalger. One hand only. Unbalanced. Didn't want to touch the net, so went up with the one. Ooh, that was lucky. Malcolm overpasses, and we've got it back.
Oh.
But not capitalised on there. Can the Qataris come back hard? Not hard enough. Shown for Malcolm through the middle.
They did well to recover that point. Maybe a little that lack of communication. Maybe it is just that lack of time together as a team with the New Zealanders. Yeah. Just sometimes we've seen that a couple of times over the weekend, Nigel, where they're just the communication letting them down slightly. And every point crucial, but we're back. Even Stevens here. 3-all in the third set. New Zealanders hanging on tough in this one.
Schwalger serves through the middle. 3-metre attack. Picks it up in the back court. Shown, a lot of work to do. Sends it to the outside. Charlie Stewart there.
Deep. Gone.
Pops back from the Qataris, and we sent it too far.
Yeah, out over the end of the court, unfortunately. Just looked like he actually overrun where the ball was set.
It did come back from the Qataris, and on the first opportunity they tried to hit it there, so it was a bit difficult. If you haven't set it up for yourselves, Shown again under there nice and neatly. Tame Malcolm had to do the leg spreading splits to get that one over.
Keep an eye on the Qataris. I think he might have, just tipped his finger here. He's taken a bit of a hit, number 4.
Good position there by Mubarak, as you see him behind the blockers, defending that space where it can just tip off. So good court position by him, but not quite quick enough. Here we go, and number 4 for New Zealand. That is Jake Darling from the Shirley Volleyball Club down in Christchurch. Tame Malcolm makes a block. So the 3 Shirley Volleyball Club players, Tame Malcolm, Jake Darling and Nick McCormick.
He read that well, didn't he? Got up there, saw it coming, adjusted his hand, tipped it down. So a few strongholds for volleyball in New Zealand too, Nigel. Nelson.
Nelson was big back in the day, getting a bit bigger now too, as you can see. Nelson Pine, the indoor champions. There's 4 of the team on court at the moment from the Nelson Club. And
they go up 2 points ahead now, so the Kiwis coming on strong in the third set.
A little bit of a reflective shot there of Mubarak. There's the libero, defensive specialist, there to pass and pick up the ball.
Good serve there, he had to take some off that.
Mubarak. There you go, Shown and Malcolm talking well together there, because Shown was going to go and set that ball. And I see the T on the top of the ref, so it looks like there'll be a timeout called here.
And Ben Blue got down early to save that ball too, did well.
No, didn't go for the time. So Liam Mundy's centre court player. Malcolm will move out to his left.
Overserved it.
Oh well, Jake Darling.
Is he being...
He's going to go off, and I think the libero will come on for him. Libero can come on for anybody. And they just tag in and out as the game goes on. But the libero can only play in the back court. There he is, Jack Redpath. Blue, mighty arch back that time, puts it away. 8-5, leading team gets to 8. Technical timeout now, a minute over to the side. Kiwis happy at 8-5, wouldn't you think, Malcolm?
Oh, definitely. Well, this is their strongest set so far. In fact, their strongest set of the tournament, Nigel. So they've just got to keep their heads up, the way they're playing. And if you took a couple of the little areas, all the communication things out, they'd be in good shape in this game. So they just got to keep a roll on. As we said, go back to point for point, and then suddenly they've got a set in the bag.
There you go, Ben Glue, top point scorer at 14. Liam Mundy through the middle at 4, and Stephen Stone, another middle hitter, 4 points. So we're winning some points through the middle, but Ben Glue, the go-to guy on the outside. But Eddie Schwalger came on and made a good difference to the game, though.
Certainly did, but Glue showing how crucial he is to the team here. Oh, bit of a chat with Mubarak as he getting the head down. So a bit of a psych talk.
He's giving him a real spark up, isn't he? Hey, don't look away while I'm talking to you.
He's enough, I'm out of here, even though they're 2 sets up.
Lots of kids there today, I see in the crowd, so the schools are obviously into it like we were when we had the under-19 basketball tournament here in the Worlds. Yeah, loads of schools.
Schwalger's into it. It's a great,
fired up.
It's a great game to play at high school.
Nice serve by Patrick Schoen. Block back, Libero picks it up as he should. Tight on the net. Oh, New Zealand dropping away, but they get the point. Hitter came under the net.
Out to 4 points. Boy, Qataris, if they drop their heads here.
Fitness might be the key. Schoen gets a flyer out of the hand.
Didn't need that.
No.
Still, just turn around, get the next point, get it back.
So there's the big blocker in the middle there, John, number 6. Mubarak on his outside, he'll move to the back set position. They'll go away from Mubarak in the block.
Great play by the Kiwis, read it well.
So you see Tame Malcolm taller than the number 4 and a better jump. Mubarak, the good defender and attacker for the Qataris on the other side of the court that time. Keep the play away from him.
Up with Mubarak with a 50% spike success.
Good man, Tame.
Qataris come back with a point, close it to 3.
Yeah, nice control by them.
Good execution,
He's
up
been
high.
working hard. John has been working very hard, smiley young lad. Not quite enough height to do anything with that one. Mubarak stretches high. Good pick up there by Tame Malcolm. Shown the setter picks it up. Someone's got to do the job for him. Ben Glue. Picked up by Mubarak. Glue on the first attempt. Picks it up, but it's been picked up by Qatar in the back. They send it back over on the third. Malcolm, nice pass. Glue. This time. Puts it away. Well, he had 4 goes.
Yeah, good rally that one, wasn't it? Could have gone either way. Both teams digging deep.
Nice pickups by both teams. That's volleyball in the game, isn't it? That's what you want to see. Defence of your court. Take it back and give it to the opposition again. Liam Munday back to serve.
That end on shot, really interesting to see. Be quite nice to see a bit more of that with the serve, and just it shows how much the ball can move around with them utilising the valve on the ball. And
when it's a top spin, it doesn't really come
No,
into
but
play. But when you get that float serve, like you say, if we can get some back of the court shots on a float serve, like that one, rotated slightly.
Look at that. That's a right as we talk about it. They come up with it.
The commentator's curse.
Here we go. Look at this.
Just enough to move about. It can move in the last half a metre to a metre. It can move something like 400 mil. It's amazing how far it will go. That one's going long. So the ideal float serve is not rotating at all, and you've got the valve in a place where it's going to move to. So if you want it to bend right, put the valve on the right. Got him. Well, a neat little serve by Ben Glue there. He just...
Has that fooled them? That one's just, I don't know if the mistake by the Qataris or he's just fooled them with that serve, but good point, and they're out 4 points ahead in the third set. So come back for the Kiwis, 39.
Looks like Ibrahim come on, number 16. Ben Glue again, drop shot serving down the line. Out to Mubarak on the back. And the referee looking fairly stern there and saying Qatar's point.
He's given nothing away, is he?
No.
Mubarak now with the serve. He'll get plenty of height.
Yep. Doesn't have to
Oh,
jump
look at
too
the
far.
drop on it though, nearly to the court. Kiwi's getting under, digging it up.
Nice little drop shot by Tame Malcolm that time. Doesn't quite get his body in line with that one. And the Qataris come back to within 2. Yeah, nice angle there. Just cut away from the blockers. Tame Malcolm just getting into position rather than waiting for it there already. Ben Glue can't put it away. Patrick shown there trying to put that one away and not at the height where he could do it. So Qatar now back to 1 point away.
Now timeout taken, I think.
It does sound like the buzzer.
I think that's Mubarak being ecstatic. No, so it's a substitution.
Yeah, Stephen Stone, number 3.
Oh,
In. It's over and it's out. If you're going to pick on someone, pick on the new guy on the court.
Ben Glue having a chat. Come on, guys, he says. Heads up. Watch it. Getting squared. 13 all in the third set. Mubarak up with the serve.
Long. It's amazing. I just sit there and I know that's going long as soon as I see it come out of his hand. That's going long.
You
14,
do learn
13.
to read it, don't you? Years of your experience of playing the game. Nigel, you can spot it.
Fabulous to watch these elite athletes do it too. Just tremendous.
Yeah, not everybody's born 6'4" tall, are they?
It's up and not in a place where they can pull it. But 6'4", 6'6", 6'10".
Plus.
I feel like a dwarf when I'm on the pro tour in summer. Another place, of course, which is a capital city volleyball in New Zealand, Mount Maunganui on the beach there.
Yeah,
Loads
hopefully we'll
of
see
beach
some beach volleyball. We've been, of course, having plenty of beach volleyball on Summit Sport. Great sport it is, along with
cool.
the indoor. And plenty of that on Summit Sports. And maybe we'll get to see some live this summer coming up here in New Zealand.
Try and keep you in touch with our calendar. I've seen a tentative calendar coming up. There's some in the middle of January there, some in the middle of December. The North Harbour Open will be on, and the National Champs will be on too. Secondary schools very big in beach volleyball, but the Mount Maunganui Beach is definitely a place to be for the volleyball, that's for sure. Good solid serve, shown in right place. Blue stretches, Libero picks it up.
How did he get that?
Plays it back over, high. Tries to make the Kiwis wait. Through the middle and
Brilliant, brilliant. Again, that's always working for them, isn't it, Nigel? That short set, up quick, drives through and gets the point. 2 points up again, the Kiwis.
technical timeout now. Kiwis get to 16.
A remarkable save by the libero for the Qataris. He just basically got his arm on the court, drove the ball up, and they nearly came back with that. But the New Zealanders staying in this one. They are not giving it up.
You know how you when you bounce a ball on the court itself, it bounces? Well, if your hand is flat on the court like a piece of the court, it just bounces straight up off it. So that's what he would have done there. Just got his hand under it, flat as attack, and it would have just bounced up. Well, there he is, Stephen Stone from the Waitakere Rebels Club in Auckland, making a little bit of a change here, and he's come on and they've picked up a point.
Tell the coach, looking a little bit disgruntled at the moment. He's not worried. They had 2 sets up.
They took a 4-piece run at us, didn't they, there, and that's where they brought it back to even Stevens.
Crucial thing that New Zealanders not dropping their heads at any point in this game.
I'd love to see them win this one. Come on, boys.
So live from Japan, this FIVB qualifying game between Qatar and New Zealand here on Summit Sport, bringing you live free sport
24/7.
24/7
I
non-stop.
love it, mate. Ooh. I thought that looked like it was going a little bit. Could have dropped. He had to go. He's subbed off now because our libero has come on. See Jack Redpath in the red shirt there. Not quite, no touch.
Touched. I thought it looked like it was touched, didn't it, Nigel? As they Qataris get the point and they square it up, 16 apiece in the third set. Good point for the New Zealanders.
Good snapping hit there by Ben Glue. Went down inside the block, between the block and the net.
Crucial player, isn't he? He's been key for the Kiwis in this game.
Yep. You see Tame Malcolm there, number 9, pointing out who's in front court for the Qataris, so they know who they're defending against. There he is.
This is turning into a ripper battle here.
He's a solid player for the Qataris, this guy John. Him and Mubarak seem to be the feature players for the Qatar team. Ooh, not good on the pass. Malcolm, bit of work to do. That one there. Double
Holding
contact.
too long, was it? Or double
contact.
Right.
So an unclean contact of the ball. The ball must come out of both hands simultaneously. That's a bit of an evil look. 18-7 the New Zealanders. Look, they're getting a bit tense there. Liam doesn't usually wear his shirt up around his chin.
Oh,
Tame
wasted
turns
opportunity. Nerves, was it? Surely not. These guys, they're used to this sort of competition.
Bit of sweat on the brow there, so certainly warm enough over for them.
Murbrack looks like he's out for just a Sunday afternoon cruise. Nothing phases him.
Good pass.
Well done by Ben Glue. Gets up again. I've seen the stats on his spike success because he's doing a great job. Look at the height.
So John, very late for the Qataris there. You could see his block drifting over late. Ben Glue, one-on-one. Good pass in there. Mubarak from the back. Same as Glue. Pretty reliable. There it is. You can see Benetti there, hands aimed back in towards the court in his block, but Mubarak a bit higher. 19 all.
John now with the serve.
Good pass. Benetti. Schwalder takes the point. Nice work by him. Can't go to Glue all the time.
No, but they did well to set that up, didn't they? You can see that Qataris looked like they were looking for Glue, weren't they? They'd gone to that side of the
Both
court.
of them over there. Nice play by Patrick
Look at this.
Shane.
We haven't talked about him. 71% success for Schwalger on the spike.
We've read him. Nice pick up by Patrick Shone. Someone helps. Glue. Malcolm through the middle.
No, he didn't have the height. Drops it into the net, unfortunately.
It's that transitional play where you've got broken play and someone's going to play it well, and that one not quite as well as it could have been.
Back to all square. 20 apiece. Third set.
Here on Summit Sports, folks, you're with it live. Blocked by the Qataris that time. Mubarak had to go for the off speed and didn't work. 21-20 to us, up to 25 this. We are in the third set, so if the Qataris take it, it's all over. But if we can take this, we go into the fourth set. So Simon Peterson comes in from the North Harbour Club.
Malcolm gets a break. Yeah, Schwalger. Oh, that's a good serve. Qataris come back though to square it. This game's going to go down to the wire in the third set. Qataris, and they're going to make a change too. Sadiq in, Asadi off.
Oh, yes.
Pivotal point in the game to make a change. John up.
21 all. Nice pass there. Shown with control. It's picked up by the libero. Will they take it the first time? Oh boy, they tried. Well, Patrick Shone had to have a go. And what happened? They got jammed back and it got picked up by the Kiwis and out. Here it comes. Picked up by the libero. Fabulous pickup. Goes over the net. Shone thinks, I'll have a go. Gets blocked.
The libero for Qatar. He's made some big points, hasn't he, in this third set here.
That's what they're on for. That defensive cover of the court. That's just superhuman.
Don't need height, you need reactions.
Like
Speed.
a spatula. So there, the Kiwis, that that thing there where it's on the net and you take that choice. Do I hit it or do I set it? And at that time, Patrick Schoen thought, time to hit it, but the block was on. So Simon Peterson there. Those three in backcourt ready to pass. And here with Summit Sports, we're at the business end of the third set. New Zealand versus Qatar in the Asian men's qualifying tournament, going to the world champs in Poland 2014. Back set for Ben Glue. Picked up though. Mubarak on the outside, gets a piece of the block. And that one must go out, so 23. Oh, he touched the net. That's the sign that the ref makes, points like this to the net.
So just 2 away from the match win here. John up for the serve for Qatar.
Oh, untidy passing.
Well, it'll be match point here and maybe a last chance to see the Kiwis at the FIVB qualification tournament. We've got another game coming up this week. But here on Summit Sport home, we've got plenty of volleyball on Summit Sport, both indoor and beach volleyball, as Qatar look to match point.
Oh, big serve. And it goes over and outside, folks. 25-22 in the first set, 25-22 in the second, and 25-21 in the third. Qatar victorious over New Zealand. Wow, Malcolm.
Yeah, but look at that, scores each set, just a few points in it. The New Zealanders in this game, they have done a brilliant job though, Nigel, take nothing away from them. No. They've played some fantastic volleyball, just a couple of crucial points swinging for them. They'll take some heart from this. They've played very, very well, especially up against the Qatar team here. Ben Glue has been outstanding.
Yep, dead right. Him and a game changer was also Benetti Schwalger. You see him there, number 7, came on and had a great effect on the game.
He's all smiles. He loves his game, doesn't he?
He does.
Thoroughly loves the competition.
Here's John, number 6. He was quite good through the middle for the Qatari team. Mubarak on the outside. And there's their setter, number 7. Asadi. So Qatar take it away. The Kiwis thanking their crowd. And there we have that third set statistics. Well, 11 spikes for New Zealand put away, 12 for the Qataris. They aced us 4 times.
Yeah, again on the serve, just the opposition serve, just almost coming down to the difference between us. The libero there for
Here
Qatar.
we go over the
big
total game. The total game, 38 spikes to them, so they got a couple more in offense. Blocked reasonably similar. We blocked a couple more than them, but then the serves, there you are, exactly right. 7 aces to them.
So something for them to go away and work on, Nigel, if they want to come back. It's
the
just
first,
it is that service.
Receipt of serve.
Yep.
That's where New Zealand was sort of not quite in control, I think.
As they go around and applaud the crowd.
Must be tough being overseas in an arena like, where Japan, where there are not that many expats over there. And there's a couple. Well done, you guys.
Sure, I thought you'd know them, Nigel.
Probably New Zealand's such a small country.
Volleyball fraternity. Let's have some of the highlights of the match here between New Zealand and Qatar, and he was the man, Mubarak, one of the key players. Look at the height that he gets.
Malcolm shut him down that time.
This little libero diving in, trying to make the save.
Jack Redpath got caught that time, through the fingers and gone.
Yeah, look at the height that he gets. Good arch through.
And look at the height there, just up, and the ball going to the person before they're actually in position.
Great replays. They're just showing the athleticism of the sport though, aren't they, with this? Look at these guys are moving around very quickly, instant decisions, and got to get massive height.
That's where a setter's hands are so phenomenal, where they can actually push it either way and nobody knows where it's going. Like the time we saw they were going to defend on Glue and he just pops it straight out the other side, and there's only 1-on-1. So, that's the awesome part. If you've got a setter's hands, you should be going to your nearest volleyball club and just showing them how you are talented, because that is one of the most critical parts of the game, being able to set.
But a great sport. You don't have to be 6'4" plus to play the game.
No, those liberos are only down there at sort of 178, 180.
So the Kiwis have departed as the Qataris just go through their stretching, cooling down exercises. There's John. He's
Saying thanks.
thoroughly enjoying it. Good win for Qatar.
Well done.
It's been a pleasure to bring you this tournament. We've also got a replay of the New Zealand game they played yesterday. That'll be on during the week here at Summit Sport.
Up against Japan. Summit Sport, I love it. It's Channel 14 on your Freeview tallies, and it's just awesome. 24/7 sport. What more could you want?
Indeed. Bringing you live sport. A lot of live sport over the weekend. And thank you for joining us here on Summit Sport. On behalf of my co-commentator, Nigel Giot, I'm Malcolm Sines. We'll see you again.
Asian Volleyball.